Series premieres, original films, and cult classics are just some of the things that are out right now. Here to fill us in on what's watch-worthy and what's not is president of KC Women in Film and Television, Erin Zimmerman. Erin, thanks for being here.
Of course, thanks for having me.
We know you love Judd Apatow,
yes.
but you have mixed feelings about season 3 of Love.
Yes.
Why?
Season 1 I really liked. I don't know what it was. I think because it goes along with his real life, Judd's real life comedy, dramedy kind of
What's the premise of Love?
So the premise of Love is these two people that are seemingly completely opposite just happen upon each other. And it's basically following their relationship, which, by the way, I didn't learn until season 3 that it was only like a 6-month-long relationship. It's three seasons is 6 months.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. Oh, that's the timeline. And they're complete, I wouldn't say opposites, but they're just quirky in their own ways. And she has an addictive personality, and he is a goofy teacher on set for a TV show, and it's just a lot of butting heads. So by season 2, they were both characters that I just didn't like.
You were annoyed.
Yes, super annoyed by them.
I want to ask you about a series that a lot of people haven't heard a lot about, On My Block.
Yes.
It follows a group of teens growing up in a rough, low-income neighborhood, but that's not the focus.
That is not the focus.
It has almost, I've read, a John Hughes type feeling of they're navigating love and life and relationships.
Like a coming of age
but
kind
the
of.
backdrop is at times scary.
Yes, and I will say I could see how it could be kind of described as John Hughes-ish, but at the same time, the kids aren't stereotyped as the geek or the prom queen, and they very much have their own personalities that are pretty robust for being teen characters. That's not usually what you see is very developed personalities.
Right.
Aside from being stereotyped, and they're very robust in their personalities, and they all are funny. They all have their quirks, and I like the message within those personalities in that. I feel like it is that we all have our quirks and we can all be quote unquote weird or whatever, and we still can find friends and we still can find success in whatever areas, but we also all have problems as well. But it does not focus on the backdrop of their South LA neighborhood. It focuses really on the relationships.
And it's 8 30-minute episodes?
Yes,
totally doable.
Super bingeable.
You could do that in a night.
Yes.
You could do, I mean, you've done far more in one
Yes,
night
and
than
one thing that I really loved about this show is that initially I read that it was 2 white creators, and I was like, oh, that's not good because it's a very diverse cast, and you want to have that perspective. You don't want people who didn't grow up in that neighborhood trying to give you that perspective, but they specifically hired men and women of color to be their screenwriters, and they mentored them through this process, and so it's a lot of their stories kind of intermingled.
You have some other shows that you highly recommend and others that you highly do not recommend.
Yes.
Rattle some off for us.
I brought my list because a lot of them are kids shows, and so I was like for instance, there's a Boss Baby TV show. It's binge-worthy for kids. I'd turn it on and leave the room.
My son was just talking about Boss Baby this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so just for me, I didn't love the movie either, so I would just turn it on and leave the room. Adults binge-worthy would be Wild Wild Country, which is a docuseries about a cult. And so you got some of that crime.
Is it? This is the Oregon.
Yes.
The Oregon cult in which they poisoned a salad bar decades ago.
Yes.
It was really super creepy. I used to live in Portland.
And so they interview people and they have clips from that time, and it's cool how it's put together, especially if you like those crime shows, and we've been kind of out of the crime show scene here for a couple months. So.
Sure, okay, that's a highly recommended one. Next month, what does next month have in store
Next month, we have the dark and updated version of Lost in Space. Actually, I said next month. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. So you can watch it tomorrow. No.
Okay.
But then the rest of it is a lot of kids reboots for the next month, and that's totally fine because we're heading into summer when the kids are going to be home. So you've got a Magic School Bus reboot, you got a Spy Kids reboot as a TV show, and then you have the New Legends of Monkey, which is based on the 1970s television series Monkey.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
For us, Handmaid's Tale, April 25th.
That's what okay, so my husband canceled Hulu without telling me, and the Handmaid's Tale comes out on the 25th,
25th.
2 episodes?
2 episodes on the 25th, and then weekly after that.
Cannot wait. The season 2 looks so good. The trailer that is out looks so good.
Yes.
Erin Zimmerman, thank you. President of KC Women in Film and Television. Thanks for your insight as always.
Thank you.